Hello viewers, this is Manvi Khurana and today we have another student of ours with us. His name is Simran and Simran is with us from past few weeks. Initially he was really hesitant to speak. Now let's see how much improvement is there. So before starting the interview, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. What is your full name?
My full name is Simrandeep Singh.
How may I address you?
You may address me by my first name Simrandeep.
Where do you come from?
I am from a town by the name of Chandigarh. It is the capital of two states, Punjab and Haryana, and also happens to be one of the Union Territories of India. Apart from this, it is very famous for its tourist places such as Rose Garden, Rock Garden and Sukhna Lake.
Okay. Do you work or study?
I am a student. I have recently completed my bachelor's in automobile engineering from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, Ludhiana. Now I am planning to pursue my higher studies abroad.
Okay. What was the first mobile application you used?
Well, if my memory served me right, the first mobile app which I used was WhatsApp. I used it in my school times to convey message to my friends, and apart from this, I felt really ecstatic by using the mobile application.
Which mobile applications do you use now?
Well, there are various mobile applications which I use on my daily basis, such as I use WhatsApp to communicate with my friends and with my kith and kins. Apart from this, I prefer using Facebook and Instagram to share videos and pictures.
Which ones do you want to use?
As I am a graduate, I want to use various job portals such as Naukri.com, Indeed.com and LinkedIn to search various jobs related to my field of study.
Which ones are popular in your country?
Well, there are multifarious applications which are popular amongst youngsters and elderly in my country, such as WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook and Snapchat.
Do you want to make an application?
Definitely, if I get a chance in the near future, I would definitely want to create an application. The application would be a dictionary for the students to increase their vocabulary and to score good in their literature.
Do older adults in your country like to use applications?
Certainly yes, as older people are more tech savvy nowadays and they prefer using Instagram and WhatsApp to communicate with their friends as well.
So this is the end of part 1. Now I'll be providing you with the topic and I'll be giving you 1 minute to prepare on this topic, and then you have to speak on it for about 2 minutes. Start speaking.
Well, there are ample of times when we need to use our imagination, such as while drawing and more often while painting. Here, I would like to share my experience from the same when I used my imagination to narrate a story. Actually, it was a time when my cousin visited my home along with his family. It was an incredible surprise for all of us, and we had a lot of fun. Moreover, I had a gala time with my niece, who is 5 years old. At night, she insisted me to narrate a story of princess and magician as she was unable to sleep. So I thought it would be a cakewalk for me as I can search it on Google. Eventually, my phone switched off. So I thought to create a story on my own. In fact, starting a story is a piece of cake for me. But after some time, she was unable to sleep and it became a daunting task for me to stretch it. I must say that making a story is a hard nut to crack, as it was not easy for me. Finally, she slept and I took a sigh of relief. Although storytelling was difficult initially, eventually I was able to succeed. After this incident, I felt that how much is important to have a good imagination skill. Thereafter, I became more confident by narrating the story, and all in all, it was a time when I used my imagination to narrate a story.
Now I'll be asking you a few follow-up questions. Do you think adults have lots of imagination?
Certainly, no, adults do not have lots of imagination as compared to children because children are in their growing age and have more imagination power. Apart from this, because of the stress, because children do not have stress on their shoulders and they can imagine anything on their own.
Do you think imagination is necessary for scientists?
Yes, indeed, imagination plays a crucial role in the field of science and it is necessary for the scientists because all the inventions and all the technologies which are now possible are because of the initiative taken by the scientists on their ideas.
What kind of jobs need imagination?
But there are various jobs which need to use imagination, but most importantly in the field of science and for the scientists, as all the inventions and all the technologies which are now possible are because of the initiative taken by the scientists on their ideas, such as planes, mobile phones, and automobiles as well.
What subjects are helpful for people's imagination?
Well, there are multifarious subjects which are important for for the person to imagine, but most importantly, the subjects are literature and history. If I talk about the literature, the person can read books and novels and can imagine about the character involved in the story. And on the other hand, if I talk about history, the person can imagine how the ancient time was and how the wars had been, and this is because one has to use his imagination.
So this was the end of the interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's evaluate this interview. First criteria is fluency and coherence. So fluency was fine. Few pauses were there, they can be neglected. Few self-corrections, again we can neglect those things. He used very good correctors, such as apart from this, well, actually, moreover, although, thereafter, so which is really good. So in lexical resources, next criteria is lexical resources. So in lexical resources, we'll see how much good vocabulary words he used, and how many good vocabulary words he used. So he used good vocabulary words such as ample, ecstatic, kith and kins, then tech-savvy, daunting. So it was good. And apart from this, he also used various idioms. He used a piece of cake and hard nut to crack. So it is good to use these idioms. Then next one is grammatical range and accuracy. So there were few mistakes that he made. Because of these mistakes, his score will be little less than what I thought. So he said, thereafter I become more confident. Instead, he should have said, thereafter I became more confident. Then the next mistake that he made was, he said that this is because one has to use his imagination. So he should have said, this is why, or which is why one has to use his or her imagination. So definitely the score will go down because of these errors. But there was a good blend of complex sentences, simple sentences, and compound sentences as well. And next is pronunciation. Pronunciation was good. All the words were understandable, and so I will give good grades in pronunciation. So the total score of this interview is 6.5 band. Why I've reduced the score? Because I didn't find very good vocabulary words in introductory and as well as in follow-up questions. So those questions are also important, guys, so you need to take care of these questions as well. Okay, and also because of the grammatical errors, so that is why I've reduced the score. Otherwise, you try yourself not to make these mistakes and practice as much as you can, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.